What up, Marsh Pod? We're recording this on a Sunday. The Jags just got done jagging it up against the 49ers. A embarrassing 34-3 loss. Look, positives. Christian McCaffrey didn't score a touchdown in his 18th straight game. We'll take that. We won't take a 31-point loss. That's less than ideal. But blame it on some turnovers. And that kind of let the game slip away, and that's how you go. I'm not going to... Sky isn't falling just yet in Jacksonville, though. This is about the time when the Jags start just being Jags, and Jags be jagging. So, we're halfway through the month, 1 month or 2 weeks away from the start of the regular season. I've said it before, I'm not doing breakdowns of each division because I think other podcasts, other shows are doing a better job of it. So, if you want predictions, go to Around the Table. Go to Blaze and Takes. They've been doing it. SimWorld today is been good at just overall everything. But make sure you're tuning in across the board. Look, Maestro, man, this dude might be the hardest working man in SimWorld Prep. This guy is putting out content, and if you're not tuning in, his Dirty Shorts, pause. His short podcast, his mini pods are enlightening. I stand on the ground that he's the most interesting man in SimWorld Prep. I'm not going to be wrong on that. And you can't tell me I'm wrong on that either. But what we're doing is a bunch of random stuff. What we're doing today is 3 outlandish predictions. I just want to remind that this is a format in which we make outlandish predictions that we don't actually believe will come true. That being said, our 3 outlandish predictions of the offseason, 2 of them came true, and I think there was some momentum for number 3. The ones that came true was the outlandish prediction that Bilardi leaves LATAM. I said at the time it didn't feel outlandish after the news that came out just before, but I stand by that it was relatively outlandish. And then the other one was Corey Yams joining forces with him or going to one of the 2 Texas teams. Not only did I get that right, I was surprised by that, but the one that didn't come true is Benari James to Queen City Kings. Look, I don't know. I don't know any more reporting on that, but that could have been the case. Had a couple things fallen into place, but I think there's a lot of other things going on that did not make that happen. So we're bringing it back, and we've got 3 more outlandish predictions for you. Let's start with number 1. The Indy Stripes finish with the best record in SimWorld Prep. Dylan Harper's great. Reza Red should be much better than he was a year ago, and this roster feels better constructed and has a coach that I think is actually putting these guys in the right situation. They've got better shooting with Harper, Hoops, and Gibson. They've got a year more of Reza Red. He's now 6'10", 235 at 16. I think he'll be more featured in this group. I don't think you have the biggest thing, though, is you don't have the chaos of Benari and Barkley James. Guys like Johan Novajovic should be getting more minutes. The drama around that. Obviously, the drama around Red. Overall, this is just a group that's more more balanced construction, right? You got 3 guys who can create for the ball with Harper, Lee Alaric, and Lath Money. I think it was big for them to keep Lee Alaric in Indianapolis. So you've got guys that can play make with the ball. As we talked about the shooters, you've got great interior defenders with Gibson, with Lath Money, Reza Red, and Thrash. This is a group that just now fits together. This isn't a team that's so reliant on a single star to do literally everything. I think they are reliant on a single star, but their star's better than what they had a year ago. Prediction number 2, and this one is really brash, so I'm outlining. Remember, these are outlandish, but no California team finishes above 500. Let's start with the easier cases. Let's go Showtime. Showtime feels a little lost if Cole Webb isn't elite. They lost, obviously, their big name, Corey Yams. They retooled a little bit. They got Bryce James back. But for the most part, this roster, you add in Sol Evans and Cole Webb, most of it's all the rinse and repeat from a year ago. A roster that did not fare well when Bronny James was not on the court. Except, of course, the fact that you take out Corey Yams. On top of that, the reporting early on that I've heard is that Cole Webb has just not looked good, or not looked as good in scrimmages. And if that's the case, that's a major concern because this roster is not built the same with the top-end talent that it was a year ago. Best Coast, meanwhile, feels like they're a year away. They've got a lot of good talent. I've been a big DJ Davis fan. I like the addition of Suno Chapa. They brought in a lot of good talent. But look, they only have 2 guys that are 17. And I'm not here to tell you that that's going to matter in the grand scheme of things, although I know that old Queen City Kings loves to boast about how young they are, despite the fact that they've got 4 17-year-olds on it. But anyway, that was just an unnecessary stray headed to Carolina. But they're young without a guy that you look at and say, this is it. Now, you want to talk about balance? They've got balance. They got 4 guys who can create. They got 4 or 5 guys who can shoot. They've got some interior defenders. They've got some athletes. This is a good team next year. I think that this is going to be a feeling out process. I love the roster overall. I just don't think that it's necessarily built to be elite right away. And then Best Coast Ballers. Or excuse me, we're going everywhere but the right one. Bay Area Breakers. They're the best bet to be above 500. There's no doubt about it. And this prediction, I think, hinges on them being above 500. So maybe that's what this real outlandish prediction is, but I'm sticking to what we've got. The roster concerns still exist, and I'm sure they're ready to shut me up if they even listen to me, because I've said that on repeat, that this roster just feels unorganized. Not in that doesn't have talent, but that there's not that one guy. Trey Hyman is their greatest defender. Can he be a scorer? This isn't me saying he can't, although I think it's a valid question. Can he be a 17 to 20 point per game scorer? Can he score against the best big men in the league? Can he showcase a more diverse skill set beyond just beating up, as we saw in the highlight on Friday? I think that made the rounds, scoring on a point guard in the paint. Of course he's going to do that. The guy's massive. But is he going to be able to show the type of offensive creation that even Arthur Lattimore has, who just bullies people with that quick twitch athleticism? If that doesn't happen, I think there's major concerns in California, because they don't have that redundancy that I think actually was good to keep them. I think I talked about this previously, was good enough to keep them relevant in games, but wasn't quite good enough to make them over the top. And then outlandish prediction number 3. Justin Bell wins Player of the Year. I was going to put Lattimore here, but that wasn't really outlandish enough. The point of this is to be completely unrealistic, but yet maybe just realistic enough, and that's Justin Bell winning Player of the Year. Bell is the best player on a well-coached team. Right off the bat, we can give him that. That's the first caveat you need to win Player of the Year. Meanwhile, he showcased an elite skill set yet last year. 15.5 points, 3.4 assists, shot 42% from deep on relatively high volume. That's a baseline that you say, if we can build on this, this can be really good. He's in the public frame of reference. I don't think you can go. This isn't Heisman football, or the Heisman in college football, where you can kind of go relatively unknown to being the Heisman winner. He's just on the outskirts of being talked about by everybody, but not so far away that you don't know who he is. And if his scoring goes up, if he gets to 17 to 20 points per game, if he gets his assist numbers up above 4, if he can even rebound a little bit more, and Rocky Mountain can win another 20 games, this team could be really good, and that's the makings of Player of the Year. So the 3 outlandish predictions, quick recap. Indy Stripes finish with the best record in SimWorld Prep. No California team finishes above 500. And Justin Bell wins Player of the Year. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back on Friday.